complex numbers. Complex numbers. So here, why complex numbers has to be there? Okay, real numbers are there. Then why complex numbers? What is actually complex numbers? First of all, this complex numbers is defined as complex numbers is set of complex numbers. What is this complex number? Complex number is set of all those numbers which are in the form of a plus ib, where a is a real number, comma b is a real number. Okay, simply, or you can say complex numbers, or you can say complex numbers means, you can tell like this, complex numbers means, you can tell like this, complex numbers means both real and imaginary. What is this imaginary? Imaginary number means a plus ib, I must be present, a plus ib where b is not equal to 0. Where b is not equal to, b must be not equal to 0. Then it's called imaginary. What is real number? What is real number? A plus ib where b must be equal to 0. In a plus ib here I said no, complex numbers means what? Complex numbers means both real and imaginary. Imaginary means b is not equal to 0. If b equal to 0, then only real part is there, so it's called only the real number. That means what? Complex number means, many people think complex numbers means only imaginary numbers. Okay, so this is real and this is imaginary. Another name for imaginary is non-real. Non-real. Okay, non-real is imaginary. And we know real numbers are two types. One is real number means what? Rational. Rational. What is rational? Rational numbers, q, right? Q is what? Set of all those numbers in the form of p by q, where p comma q belongs to integers. And irrational. Irrational. Irrational means what? Q dash. Q dash means what? Q dash means what? Q dash means all real numbers but not rational. So out of real numbers, if you remove rational numbers, you will get irrational numbers. Okay, irrational numbers means what? Like this, root 2, comma, root 3, comma, root 5, comma, this, like this, cube root of 5, like this, so on. This is irrational. Also, so many are there. What is that? This is non-terminating recurring. So non-terminating means non-ending. So 2.23 is rational. 2.23, like this, something like this. Whatever you write, that is. So like this, non-terminating, it's not terminating, but it's not recurring also. 2.23 bar means 23 is repeating, but here 23, 233, 233. So there is no particular way of repeating. So this is non-terminating recurring. You know, it's irrational number. Two irrational numbers are very important. Transcendental numbers. Okay, e comma pi are both irrational. These are very important irrational numbers. So that is real. Real means what? Both rational and irrational together. Similarly, complex means what? Real and imaginary or non-real. Real and non-real. Okay, rational, irrational. Similarly, here also real and non-real. Non-real, another name is imaginary. So why this complex numbers have to be there? Why these complex numbers have come to existence? So here x square plus 1, simple thing is x square plus 1 equal to 0 has no solution in real numbers. Has no solution. No solution in real numbers. Has no solution in real numbers. Okay, x value, what you should take to satisfy this equation? No x value in real numbers. Okay, if you solve this, that means what? If you solve this, x square should be minus 1, but x cannot be. That implies what? X cannot be a real number, because whatever real number you take, also x square is not minus 1. So therefore, x equal plus or minus root of minus 1. So this root minus 1 is given a name, imaginary. So that is I, imaginary, in the name of imaginary. Therefore, here root of minus 1 they have taken as some I, assumed as I. So like that, this imaginary numbers evolved, has come into existence. So here x equal to plus or minus I. Understand? Now, yeah, this is what is solution. What is the solution for this? There is no solution in real numbers, but there is solution in imaginary numbers. So therefore, real number set have to be extended to complex numbers by adding imaginary numbers. Okay, so imaginary numbers like this. Root of minus 2 is what? Root of minus 1 into root 2. That is I root 2, like this. And root of minus 3 is what? Root of minus 1 into root 3. That is I root 3. So like this, so on. But that means here, but you should understand root AB equal to root A into root B. Okay, only very important condition. Only yet both are not negative. Both are not negative means what? Both should not be negative. Only both are negative. Or you can say at least one is positive. A or B is positive or both are positive. Both are positive, you can use this formula. Okay, both are negative, should not use this formula. One is positive, another is negative. See, one is positive, another is negative. You can use this formula. Otherwise, this formula is not applicable. Both are negative, you cannot write this formula. Okay, then I equal to root of minus 1. I square equal to obviously 1. So minus 1. I cube is obviously I square into I square is minus 1 into I to the power of 4 is 1 itself. I to the power of 4. I square whole square is I to the power of 4 is 1 itself. I to the power of 4 whole to the power of n is 1 to the power of n. That's 1. 1 to the power of n is 1. Therefore, I to the power of 4n is 1. I to the power of 4n into I is what? 1 into I. That is what? I to the power of 4n plus 1. That is I only. I to the power of 4n plus 2. That is I square. Obviously, I square. I to the power of 4n is 1 into I square is I square, which is minus 1. I to the power of 4n plus 3 is I cube. That is simply minus I. I to the power of 4n already we discussed. So that means multiples. So for example, I to the power of minus 243, let's say. That you can write as first 1 by I to the power of 243. Instead of writing, okay, you can write like this, and then 1 by I to the power of, here 243, what you can write? 4 into 60. So 240 into I cube. See, I to the power of 4 6 are 24, 240 into I cube. That is what? I what you can write? I to the power of 4 by, this is anyway 1, I cube, which is what is I, like this. I to the power, this is I. Another, or you can tell easily what you can do is I to the power of minus 243. What you can do is you can add 1, I to the power of minus 1 into I to the power of 1. Why? Because I know I to the power of minus 244 into I. I know this is what? I to the power of 4 times n. N is what here? 61. Obviously. Into I. This is what is I to the power of 4n. That's 1. So I. So directly you can write this. Like this I to the power of. So power of I or integral powers of I, you can write like this using this. Okay. So, all right. So I powers. This one thing you should know. Okay, in complex numbers, what we learn? In complex numbers, what we learn? Okay, in complex numbers, what we learn? So we are going to learn in complex numbers. Complex numbers, what you are going to learn? I am giving you idea. Complex numbers, what you are going to learn? So first thing is operations on complex numbers. Operations on complex numbers. What is called definition and operations? Definition and operation on complex numbers. Second, modulus and properties. Next, third thing, conjugate. Number four, amplitude or argument. So, argument. Okay, modulus and properties, conjugate and properties, amplitude of a complex number. Okay, operations on complex numbers, modulus, conjugate, amplitude or argument. These are the main important things. Okay, and that means this is easy only. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, it's easy. Modulus and conjugate and argument. Based on this, its applications. Very, very important applications will be there that we are going to learn. So now we'll start with complex number definitions. I told you, I gave you idea about what is complex number. I told you now what is complex number. And complex number means what? Real and imaginary together. Whenever I say complex number means immediately you should understand real and imaginary numbers together. Yeah. See, I already told you why I square is -1 is a question. I already told you here very clearly. Here, root of -1, they assumed. You don't know root of -1 is not there in real numbers. There is no solution in real number. There is no value for root of -1. They assumed root of -1 is imagined. It's not real number, imaginary number. Therefore, root of -1 is not real number. So what you should do? Not real number means what you should call imaginary. They called imaginary number. They called imaginary number and they kept name I. This is definition. Definition means what? Here in right angle triangle, I already explained you. In right angle triangle, this is let's say y, this is x, this is r, and this is theta. Okay, this opposite by hypotenuse is called sine ratio, sine theta. This is given a name, sine theta. Here also root of -1 given a name, that is I. This is given a name, root of -1 is given a name, that's I. So that means what? I square, what you will get obviously? That's what I told now. Root of -1, you are calling a name. That's I, imaginary. It's not a real number. So they called it imaginary number. Imaginary number and pilicharu, daniki I and pair pettaru. Kabatti I square equal to -1 avutundi. Okay, right? So now we are going to see now. So here generally complex numbers are represented by z, small z. That means what? Z1, Z2, Z3 complex numbers. Now instead of writing a plus ib, they write z. Z equal to what? Let's say x plus iy. X plus iy or x comma y. Okay. So complex numbers are represented like this with z. So that is real part of z is what they call x. X is called real part. Y is called imaginary part. Two parts are there, real part and imaginary part. So real part of z is represented like this, that is x. And imaginary part of z is represented with y. Imaginary part of z is represented with y. This is called, x is called real part, y is called imaginary part. We represent like this. Real part of z is x, imaginary part of z is y. You can write, see, this x plus iy is called, if you write this now, this is rectangular form. Okay, x plus iy. X comma y you can write. This is real part, this is imaginary part. You can write like this also. Okay, that's complex numbers. Okay, so now operations on complex numbers. Operations on complex numbers. So operations means what? Addition. Z1 plus Z2. Z1 equal, let's take Z1 equal to X1 plus IY1. And Z2 you can take as X2 plus IY2. Okay, Z1 plus Z2 is what? Real parts you should add. X1 plus X2, it is defined like this. Plus I into Y1 plus Y2. So this is minus means what? X1 minus X2, Y1 minus Y2. Z1 into Z2 is what? Simply multiplication only. X1 plus IY1 into X2 plus IY2. What is this? X1, X2? X1, X2 here, I into I square plus I square into Y1, Y2 plus X1 into IY2 plus X2 into IY1. So here X1, X2 minus Y1, Y2 next plus I, if you take common, X1, Y2 plus X2, Y1. Okay. So like this, you should simplify Z1, Z2. So this is real part. So therefore real part of Z1, Z2 is X1, X2 minus Y1, Y2. Imaginary part of Z1, Z2 is, X1, Y2 plus X2, Y1. Like this, Z1, Z2. Okay, that's all. Like this. So let's say here, this is 1 and 2 and 3. Z1 by Z2 also, Z1 by Z2 is what? X1 plus IY1 by X2 plus IY2. So here you can this only, but if you want to simplify, how do you simplify this? That you write X2 plus IY2. So in any complex number, or imaginary number, you should not, denominator should not be imaginary. Denominator should not be imaginary. So you should make it real. How do you make it real? Multiply with X2 minus IY2 and divide, and also multiply with X2 minus here IY2. Like this, denominator will be what? X2 square plus Y2 square. And here X1, X2 plus Y1, Y2. Why I square is minus 1? That's the reason. Plus here X1, Y2, X2, Y1. Like that you have to simplify. Plus I, if I take common, X2, Y1 minus X1, Y2. Like this you should keep like this. So very, very important here. I multiplied this. That is what, this is important. Fourth point I am writing here. X1 or X plus IY. You see this very important point here. X minus IY1. X plus IY into X minus IY is what, X square minus IY whole square. So X square minus I square into Y square. That is X square plus Y square. So therefore this X plus IY is into X minus IY is this. And of course, X plus IY, if you take Z, X minus IY is called its conjugate, Z bar, and X square plus Y square is called mod Z whole square. That you are going to learn. But you remember this. This is also simplification, multiplication. You should remember this. Okay, these four operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. When multiplication existed, so what exists is Z square exists. Understand, Z cube exists, Z power 4 exists, so on up to Z power n exists. That implies square root of Z exists, cube root of Z exists, so on up to nth root of Z. All exist with the definition of multiplication. Multiplication exist అయిందంటే ఇవన్నీ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయితే ఎందుకు Z square అంటే Z into Z, Z cube అంటే Z square కి Z మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం, మళ్ళీ ఒక Z మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే మళ్ళీ ఇంకో Z మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే Z పవర్ n ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయింది. మరి ఇది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయిందంటే రూట్ ఆఫ్ Z కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. Z క్యూబ్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయిందంటే క్యూబ్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ Z కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయితే ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతాయి అనమాట. బై ద డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్ డెఫినేషన్ బేస్ చేసుకొని ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, ఇది ఆపరేషన్స్ ఆన్ complex numbers. Okay, fifth point is this. Let's say x plus I, x1 plus I y1 equal to x2 plus I y2. You know that implies what? X1 equal to x2. Until real part must be equal and also imaginary part y1 must be equal to y2. Implies and implied. X1 plus Iy1 equal to x2 plus Iy2 means what? X1 must be equal to x2 and also y1 must be equal to y2. Then only it is possible. Not. Then only it's possible. Both real parts and imaginary parts are equal. There is very important point. There is no ordering. There is no ordering principle. There is no ordering principle. There is no ordering principle exist in imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers means what? Z1 less than Z2 or Z1 greater than Z2 doesn't exist. Or you can say this only, or two complex numbers cannot be compared. Two complex numbers can't be compared. Two complex numbers cannot be compared. Please understand this. Two complex numbers cannot be compared. That means what? You cannot say 2i is less than 3i is wrong. Real numbers you can compare. You cannot say this. 2i is less than 3i is wrong. You cannot compare like that. Some people compare like this. 2 plus 3i, comma 3 plus 3i, which is big. People say, sir, this is 2 plus 3i, this is 3 plus 3i, because 3i is same, huh? So therefore they say this is big. Okay. This they say therefore this like this is wrong. You cannot compare. 3i is same, no sir. Now what is the problem? 3i is same. Now 2 plus 3i is less than 3. Na? 3. Now 3 is bigger here, 2 is smaller. Therefore you can compare. No, we can't do that. Because this is imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers you cannot compare. Okay, but equality exists. Z1 equal to Z2 means what? Real part equal, imaginary part equal. Less than, greater than, between two. Doesn't exist. Why I'm telling? In real numbers it exists. Nah? 2 less than 3, everybody agrees. This is true. But 2i is less than 3i is wrong. This is wrong. That's what I'm telling. Hope you are clear. This is operations on complex numbers. Okay. Now you can find out square root. You can find out square root, I said. So how do you find square root is a question. Now next is square root. Square root of a complex number. Square root of a complex number. Let z equal to a plus ib. Then root of root z equal to dash is the question. That's what means square root of a complex number. What is square root of this complex number? Square root of what is square root of z? Here you can say here let x plus iy you have whole square, x plus iy whole square. Okay, x plus iy whole square equal to what? Let's say this is z. That implies what will happen, you know? X square minus y square, a square plus b square means I square into y square plus 2ab, 2x iy. Let's say this is equal to z. So now here z equal to what you have? Z equal to what you have? X square minus y square plus I into 2x. What do you understand from this? This is real part, this is imaginary part. If you put a square, what will happen? Square root, if you put square root, if you put, what will happen? Means when z square is, here you need not do, yeah, this is, yeah. So here when you square a complex number, you are going to get a complex number. That means square root, if you do square root, what is the square root? Square root of z is what? Square root of z is in the form of square root of z is what here? X plus iy. So this is a plus, this is a, this is b. A plus ib equal to x plus iy. I mean to say, don't get confused. Huh? This is a square root. If I do square root, I'm going to get again a complex number. That means you need to find out a plus ib. That equal root z you need to find. We need to find. Okay, this we need to find. Now what I am saying is let root of a plus ib equal to x plus iy. Why? Because if you do this square root, you are going to get a, again you are going to get like this only, complex number only you are going to get. So now square on both sides, a plus ib equal to what you get? X plus iy whole square. That is going to be x square minus y square plus 2x iy. That implies, what do you understand? Compare. Now I told no comparison, I told, right? What is that comparison? You tell me. What is that comparison? A equal to x square minus y square and b equal to 2xy. Here a is there, b is there. Now x square plus y square whole square I want. A minus b is there. A plus b whole square is a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square plus 4ab. 4ab x square y square. A minus b whole square means a square. This is plus b square. This is, sorry, not b square. Yeah, okay. X square plus y square. Yes. Here x square plus y square is a square plus. Here a plus b whole square is a minus b whole square plus 2a 4ab. A plus b whole square, no? A minus b whole square plus 4ab is a plus b whole square. So if I write this, what I'm going to get is here a square. This is a square plus this is b square. Okay. Okay, this we assumed a plus root of a plus ib, you are going to get in the form of x plus iy. So if you square on both sides, a square, this is x square plus y square means iy whole square is minus y square plus 2ab, 2x iy. Now if you compare a equal to x square minus y square and b equal to 2xy. Right now, since I have, you need to find out what x comma y. To find out a x plus iy, you need to find out x comma y. To find out x comma y, what I did, here what we did, what did we do is, I have x square minus y square, that's a. I'm going to get find out a x square plus y square. X square plus y square is what? X square plus y square, that is a plus b whole square is a minus b whole square plus 4ab. Okay, hope you understand. This is whole square. Here x square plus y square equal to plus or minus root of a square plus b square. This is 1 and this is 2. This is 2. Now to find out x and y, you need to find out x comma y. Find out x and y. What I'm going to do, add 1 plus 2. If I do 1 plus 2, do 1 plus 2. If you do 1 plus 2, what you are going to get? 1 plus 2, if you do, what you are going to get? X square minus y square is a. This is 1. X square plus y square is plus or minus root of a square plus b square. This is 2. Add, if you add 2x square equal to a plus or minus under root of a square plus b square. And subtract. If you subtract, then what you are going to get? Subtract minus 2y square equal to a. Subtract. If you subtract, what you are going to get is a. Subtracting minus or plus under root of a square plus b square. Okay, please take a screenshot because it's going to go. Okay, therefore, within 1 minute it's going to close. So please take x square equal to what I'm going to get is I'm going to write like this. This I'm going to write, okay, we are going to write a plus or minus under root of a square plus b square by 2. And y square we are going to write as minus a plus or minus under root of a square plus b square by 2. Minus I multiplied this side. But here if you see a square plus b square is bigger number. A more than a. But under root of a square plus b square